Okay, what up? Welcome back, guys. I'm glad you're back too, because we had a little bit more to talk about with these graphs. Yeah, your graphs aren't always going to look like this same basic equation. Let's get that up here anyway, just so we know what the same basic equation looks like. Okay, good. So just to keep it simple for now, I went ahead and just drew the general growth equation, right? So what I want to talk about is how this graph and what it looks like is going to change based on how we change some of the information here, right? So first off, let's start with A. Remember what A is. Yeah, A is definitely our y-intercept. It's definitely our starting point. But changing A will change the shape of our graph. Yeah, A is what we call on any function, right? This first number, if we change it on any type of function, not just exponentials, it's called a vertical stretch. And I'm going to tell you what I mean right here. Let's say we increased A. Let's change this lowercase a to a capital A, big A. Yeah, notice since we're starting now at a higher value of A, our graph seems to be stretched vertically. Yeah, so as this number gets bigger, our graph gets stretched taller. And if this number gets smaller, guess what our graph would be? Compressed. That's exactly right. Yeah, okay. So let's talk about if a different number changes. Okay, good. So another change or addition you might see to this equation is you might see a number added or subtracted after the function. Yeah, so this number, when it comes after the entire equation, this is called a, yeah, exactly right. Just like in other function transformations, this vertical shift number, the one that comes after the equation, is either shifting up if it's a positive number or shifting down if it's a negative number. Now, to take this equation and shift it down 3 spaces, we can start with the asymptote. Yeah, do you remember what the asymptote was for this basic equation? Yeah, for that basic equation, remember there was a floor, and that graph was not going to go below y equals 0. So if I just shift that floor down 3 spaces, I can shift this entire graph down 3 spaces, just like this. Yes, exactly right. And now to give ourselves like a point to go off of, can I take that intercept and take it down 3 spaces? Yes, exactly right. Exactly right. So if the floor drops 3 spaces, then this intercept drops 3 spaces also. Yeah, and the new equation for my asymptote, instead of y equals 0, the floor is now y equals -3. And of course, that's going to change the range then, right? So now instead of y being greater than 0, y is going to be greater than -3. Okay, so that's how you get a vertical shift. Now, of course, there's also, okay, good. Now, of course, if we can have a vertical shift, yeah, then we can also have a horizontal shift. Now, if the vertical shift happens, it's going to be over here outside of the entire equation. For a horizontal shift, a side-to-side shift, there will be an extra number added or subtracted to just the variable x. Yeah, so if that extra number added or subtracted is on just this exponent x, then it's a horizontal shift. Yeah, but note the change. Negative in this case means to the right. It's reverse of what it was before. For horizontal, it's flipped. And of course, that means positive. If this number is positive, you can shift it to the left. I know that's a little bit weird, but keep it in mind. The vertical shift, the number outside here, you don't have to change anything. The horizontal shift, change that sign of which way you're thinking. Exactly right. -4 means I'm going 4 spaces to the right. Now notice, that's not going to change my floor at all, but will it change this point right here? Yeah. So I'm going to take that point right there and move it 4 spaces to the right. Good. It's going to look exactly like that. Every single point in that graph got moved 4 spaces to the right. Yeah. Okay. So we talked about how we could stretch. We talked about how we could shift vertical. We could shift horizontal. Now there could be combinations of these, but I suggest always starting with the basic one as a dotted line and then make your changes from there. Yeah. There's a couple of other changes we need to talk about though. Here we go.